The new Netflix documentary film explores the wild life of John McAfee. So let's see if this new documentary film is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin. Here I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services just like Netflix. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. Revealing footage and interviews uncover new layers of fugitive tech pioneer John McAfee's wild years on the run. So if you don't know who John McAfee is, he was the one that created the McAfee antivirus for computers and made a lot of money. At one point, he was on the run in a different country because people believed that he was the one that killed his neighbors. He refused to pay his taxes and he believed that the government was after him. So he was on the run, but we have a couple people that went to interview him and get footage, and that is what this movie is. For the first 5-6 minutes of this movie, I felt like I was drunk. Like there was so much just going on. If you've ever been drunk, everything's just kind of spinning around and it's just hard to comprehend everything that's happening. That's the first few minutes of this film. Everything is just so chaotic and so in your face that it's hard to just focus on the screen. I had to rewind it a couple times to catch what was happening. But once we got into the film itself, it kind of just slowed down. It wasn't as wild as I thought it was going to be. The title suggests that it was going to be absolutely insane, as I don't know much of John McAfee's life. The title, Running with the Devil, The Wild World of John McAfee, felt like it was lacking some wildness, or they tried to sell the title to Netflix viewers like myself, and it just was more focused on how John McAfee is constantly on the run, the people that are involved with him, people that are interviewing him, his girlfriends along the way, and how he is seeking asylum and wants to clear his name. The movie doesn't focus on how he started his company and how rich he is. It's focused on the world that he lives in at a certain point in the early 2010s, and there was a manhunt for him and he was on the run. Those first few minutes teased something wild, and when we were in a different country and he was being interviewed and constantly cautious with what was happening, that was where it was a little crazy, and it's just quickly paced. The people that were there filming him are being interviewed for Netflix, and they have all the footage that they could use. They share their stories with what had happened, and at times it's a little bit crazy with how fast everything was going on, and they jumped from one place to the other. Once we kind of got past all of that, it significantly slowed down, and it started to focus on the people that were interviewing John McAfee and where they're at now in their lives. I just didn't really care much about that. So it's hard to be invested about the last hour or so of the film, because the first 45 minutes or so really focus on him on the run, going back and forth between hotels and trying to disguise himself. Once we kind of got all past that, it just wasn't as interesting or as wild as the title would suggest. There also doesn't seem to be much of a structure. There's really like two separate parts that it's really focused on, but it just bounces around between interviews and different topics, different things that John McAfee was involved in. The structure is very chaotic, much like supposedly his life towards the end of his life. And towards the end, it's slowly paced, and so they're filling in the runtime with footage that seems a little unnecessary to the wild world of John McAfee. And also, the film just assumes that you know everything that happens with John McAfee. Like I said, I don't know much about this guy's life, and so going into it, there was very limited information about what had happened to him and his career creating that company, but it immediately jumps into him on the run and the people going to interview him. So it just assumes that you know everything about John McAfee and where he was at in the early 2010s. So this poorly organized documentary lost me towards the end. Had a really good setup, felt a little bit chaotic, and I was interested in him on the run in a different country, but we just lost all of that towards the end of it all. So before I give my score for Running with the Devil, The Wild World of John McAfee, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here. And if you would like to see where this film ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Running with the Devil, The Wild World of John McAfee a C. Thank you guys for joining my review for this new documentary focused on John McAfee. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.